David, huh? A man after Hawa's own heart. All right. We're building a case for David. Let's go with what we have, right, in Scripture. All right, turn with me, if you will, to Psalms, right? Chapter 2. We're going to get verse 1 through 12, right? And it says, why do the nations rage, and the people plot a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together, right? Against the Most High and against his anointed, right? Saying, keeping in mind, David was anointed by a priest, a high priest at that. Only a Mashiach can be anointed by oil. Against the Most High and his anointed, saying, let us break the bonds in pieces and cast away the cords from us. He who sits in the Shamaim shall laugh, right? The Most High shall hold them in derision. Then he shall speak to them in his wrath and distress them in his deep displeasure. Watch this. Yet I have set my king on my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Most High has said to me, you are my son. Today I have begotten you, right? Ask of me and I will give you the nations, right? The nations for your inheritance. Watch this. And the ends of the earth for your possessions. This is David, man. Watch this. Keeping in mind, right? Micah 5. Let's go back to Micah 5, right? Watch this. Verse 3, therefore he shall give them up until the time that she who is in labor has given birth. And then the remnant of his brethren shall return to the children of Israel, and he shall stand and feed. We're going to get that in Ezekiel. Feed his flock in the strength of the Most High, right? In the majesty of the name of the Most High, his power, and they shall abide. And for now he shall be great to the ends of the earth. And here we see the same thing. Ask of me, verse 8, and I will give you the nations for your inheritance and the ends of the earth for your possessions. You shall break them with the rod of iron. We're going to see that in Ezra's. We're going to walk the doggy, right? You shall dash them in pieces like the potter's vessel. Now therefore be wise, O kings, be instructed, are you judges of the earth. Serve the Most High with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, right? And you shall perish in the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all those who put their trust in him. Now, let's focus on this kiss the Son, because in the Septuagint and the Vulgate, right, we get, it reads, embrace discipline. You see that? And also I'm looking at the Targum. It reads, receive instructions, right? So kiss the son, right? Or embrace discipline, or just receive instruction. The law. That's all. Now watch this now. Watch this. Let's take a look at Psalms chapter 89, verse 19 through 37. And then you spoke in a vision to your Holy One and said, I have given help to the one who is mighty. Now watch this. I have exalted one, just one, right? Chosen from the people. Watch this now, verse 20. I have found my servant David. With my holy oil, I told you, I have anointed him. The Most High says this himself. A Hamashiach has to be anointed with oil by a priest. That didn't happen to JC or Yahushua, right? With whom my hand shall be established, also my arm shall strengthen him. Salaki. The enemy shall not outwit him, nor the son of wickedness afflict him. I will beat down his foes before his face and plague those who hate him. You see this? Only a father would do that for his beloved son. This is a crime scene, y'all. The throne belongs to David. This is a damn cover-up. But my faithfulness and my mercy shall be with him, right? And in my name his horn shall be exalted. Also, I will set his hand over the sea, right? And we're going to read about a hand and a sea. So keep that in mind. Write that down. A hand and a sea. All right. And his right hand over the rivers. He shall cry to me, you are my father. Do you hear this? My power and the rock of my salvation. Also, I will make him my firstborn. You see this? This is David. The highest of the kings of the earth. My mercy I will keep for him forever, and my covenant shall stand firm with him. His seed also I will make endure forever. All right? And his throne as the days of Shamaim. If his sons forsake my what? My Torah, my law, and do not walk in my judgments, if they break my statutes, and do not keep my commandments, then I will punish their transgressions with the rod, and their iniquity with what? Stripes. This has happened. Nevertheless, my loving kindness I will not utterly take from him. Who? David. Nor allow my faithfulness to fail. My covenant I will not break. Huh? Nor alter the words that has gone out of my lips. Once I have sworn by my holiness, I will not lie to David. Keep that in mind. The Most High said he will not lie to David, right? Now let's get this 36 and 37. His seed shall endure forever, right? This is true. And his thrones as the sun before me. It shall be established forever like the moon, even like the faithful witness in the sky, right? We got a problem, y'all. They got a problem. Let's go. You know, it's facts over feeling. It's time out for the bullshit. It's fourth quarter. I don't care who you is. It's all about standing on this Torah. This is all we got to get us from what? Though to through. He who endures to the end, my tribe. It's all about enduring. From though to through. Yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I will fear no evil. Huh? All right, let's get it. Ezekiel 34, verse 20 and 24. This is very easy right here. Keeping in mind, the Most High said, I will not lie to David. And so we're going to let the Most High speak, right? Let's see what the Most High say, right? Because he said, I will not lie to David, right? Now, if you want to replace David with JC or Yahushua, you go right ahead, right? Just know this. You calling the Most High a lie by default. All right, let's go. Therefore, thus says the Most High Yahweh to them. Talking to you, Israel. Behold, I myself will judge between the fat and the lean sheep, right? Because you have pushed with side and shoulder, butted all the weak ones with your horns, and scattered them abroad, right? Therefore, I will save my flock, right? And they shall no longer be a prey. And I will judge between sheep and sheep. This is happening now. I'm telling you right now, choose today, Old Test, New Test. I will establish one shepherd over them, right? And he shall feed them. My servant David, right? And he shall feed them and be their shepherd. And I, the Most High, will be their power. And my servant David, a prince among them. I, the Most High, have spoken, right? So that's on you, right? If you want to call him, call him a lie, go right ahead. Because we're looking back at Micah 5, right? And verse 4, right? Now let's get 3. Let's get 3 and 4. Micah 5. Therefore he shall give them up until the time that she who is in labor has given birth, right? And then the remnant, because only a remnant is coming out of this thing, right? Of his brethren shall return to the children of Israel, and he shall stand and feed his flock. See that? So you calling the Most High lie? Verse 23, I will establish one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them, right? My servant David, he shall feed them and be their shepherd, and I, the Most High, will be their power, and my servant David a prince among them. I, the Most High, has spoken, huh? But you know what gets to me, right? When the Most High, just like he does in with Isaiah, right? He got this thing where he repeats himself, right? Because he wants us to really get it, right? These are the secret things being revealed. And so here, the Most High does it with Ezekiel. Ezekiel 37, verse 24, 28. Let's get it. David, my servant, shall be king over them. All right? And they shall all have one shepherd, huh? They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. Then they shall dwell in the land that I have given to Jacob, my servant, where your fathers dwelt, and they shall dwell there, Shalaki, and their children, Shalaki, their children and their children's children, forever. And my servant David shall be their prince, what? Forever. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them, and it shall be an everlasting covenant with them. I will establish them and multiply them, and I will set my sanctuary in their midst forevermore. My tabernacle also shall be with them. Indeed, I will be their power, right? And they shall be my people. The nations also will know that I, the Most High, sanctify Israel when my sanctuary is in their midst forever. So they will see the Most High in our presence forever. All right, we're cooking. All right, now it starts to get interesting, right? Let's go to Jeremiah. We're talking about the return. It's the return. Yes, indeed. Let's go. All right, Jeremiah 30, verse 7 through 9. Let's get it. Alas, for that day is great, and so that none is like it. And it is the time of Yaakov's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right? He shall be saved out of it. A remnant, right? And for it shall come to pass in that day, says the Most High of hosts, and that I will break, Shalaki, I will break his yoke from your neck, and will burst your bonds, and foreigners shall no more enslave them, right? And they shall serve the Most High, their power, and David, their king, whom I will raise up for them. Huh? He said, whom I will raise up for them. Well, how? I think I found it, y'all. I think I found it. Huh? Remember I told you about that hand and that T? Keep that in mind. We're about to get into it. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's go. I think I found them. It's the return, y'all. Kundai Weed, huh? Let's go. Second Ezra, chapter 13, verse 1 through 13. Huh? And after 7 days I dreamed a dream in the night, and behold, a wind arose from the sea and stirred up all its waves. And I looked, and behold, this wind made something like the figure of a man, huh? I come up out of the heart of the sea. There you go. And I looked, and behold, that man flew with the clouds of the Shamayim, and wherever he turned his face and looked, everything under his gaze trembled, huh? And whenever his voice issued from his mouth, all who heard his voice melted as wax melts when it feels the fire, huh? After this I looked, and behold, an innumerable multitude of men were gathered together from the four winds of the Shamayim to make war against the man who came up out of the sea, huh? And I looked, and behold, he carved out for himself a great mountain and flew up on it. And I tried to see the region or the place from which the mountain was called, but I could not, huh? And after this I looked, and behold, all who had gathered together against him to wage war with him were very much afraid, yet they dared to fight, huh? And behold, when I saw the onrush of the approaching multitude, he neither lifted his hand nor held a spear or any weapon of war. But I saw only how he sent forth from his mouth, as it were, a stream of fire. Wow! and from his lips a flaming breath, and from his tongue he shot forth a storm of sparks. Huh? Let's go. All these were mingled, together, the stream of fire, the flaming breath, and the great storm, and fell on the onrushing multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them all up. And so that suddenly nothing was seen of the innumerable multitude, but only the dust of ashes and the smell of smoke. And when I saw it, I was amazed. Huh? And after this, I saw that same man came down from the mountain and called to himself another multitude which was peaceable, And then many people came to him, some of whom were joyful and some sorrowful. Some of them were bound, and some were bringing others as offerings. Wow!